Okay.
Okay, hey everybody, kind of a kickback casual Monday night call tonight. And this is a replay this evening of a training that Abby did for the Team Chris call last Monday night. And Abby Nowlin did this program on social media that I thought was one of the best things that I have ever seen on social media. And so Abby and Jamie have given me permission to play it tonight. And I needed to see it again. So it's kind of a selfish thing. And I just know that some of you were not able to participate last week. So I was really anxious for you to see it. And then we're going to archive it, of course, on our Team Up YouTube page. So last week, we saw Bob Proctor talk about really one of the keys to success was to get really, really good at what you do. And we talked about the power of telling our stories with emotion, because telling our stories with emotion is probably the most significant thing. But we tell our stories with emotion one-on-one, at home events, sitting across a table from someone, and on social media. So I'm going to ask Kathy to please pull up Abby's training. So kick back, have your glass of wine, your cup of tea, and enjoy Abby Nowlin, who's become very masterful at this.
Bar conversation. The girl has a way with words. She's a wordsmith.
What?
And oops, I'm gonna manage. I always feel like such a boss when I do that. Just drowning out background noise. But Abby Nowlin is just awesome. You guys would love her if you spent time with her. You know what she has so many skills. And one of the greatest skills that she has, and I'm a constant student of Abby's, is how she does social media. I find myself gravitating to her posts, wanting to do what Abby does. And, you know, to be honest, I'm 42. I'm not Abby Nowlin, but Abby tonight is going to teach all of us the best practices. And actually, this is not a one-part series. This is a two-part series. So she's going to come back and teach us some more. She's going to talk a little bit about it. And save a few minutes after Abby is finished. We have some Team Chrysalis announcements that are relevant, and I've asked Courtney to pop in on one of them. So stay tuned, but without further ado, Abby, I'd like to turn over tonight to you, sister.
Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate the introduction. Okay, guys, I'm so excited. Social media is my wheelhouse. It fires me up. And I think so often it's easy to get on a call like this and feel like something is being talked about that's totally out of your league of being able to put together. Either you don't have the time, you don't feel like you have the right picture, you don't have the right words, and it feels too hard. And so you're like, forget it, I'm done, I'm not gonna do it. And tonight I wanna challenge you to put those walls down, because the message tonight is to empower you to begin. Because here's what I'm gonna tell you. You were given a story, just like Terry talked about on the Team Up call, and your story needs to be heard. And it's the 21st century, y'all, and you have a platform to share that story with people that you don't even know. And your story may change their life. And so by staying silent and choosing to be afraid of what people will think or how people will perceive you, you're missing out on a market of people that are longing to know what you have to say. So with that said, I'm going to share my screen with you, and we are going to get started. So we're going to dive into the content summary of what I'm going to chat about tonight. But why social media is a business must. So you might be sitting here going, okay, Abby, so you're telling me social media is great. I don't really know why. And I'm going to tell you why it's great. We're going to talk about target markets, Facebook versus Instagram, creating curiosity, and then I'm going to answer some questions at the end. And if you have any that you want to pipe in, if we have time, you can ask those. So let's dive into why social media is a business must. So these are two of the studies that I found when I was doing this research. Y'all, 70% of your followers, so if you have 100 followers, 70 of those people get on social media to make a decision, a buying decision. I want to be influenced. I go on social media to be influenced to buy the next lip gloss or the great jeans or the great hat, whatever that looks like. We want a recommendation from the people that we trust. Even if you don't know them personally and you've gotten to know them over social media, you trust them. And so you're going to make a buying decision from them because you trust them. And so people follow you for a variety of reasons, but they likely follow you because they care about you and who you are, the story that you tell, and what you bring to the world. So 70% of your people, y'all, that are following you come on social media and are saying basically, influence me. And we can be honest and say that there are tons of health and wellness products on the market, but nothing is like ours.
Oh, cool.
And so you have the opportunity to speak into something that's not a fad, that's not just a diet, that's not just a craze. It's something that can stick and it can last. And so obviously Forbes is a well-known company, and they did a study on this, and I thought that was really powerful. So kind of weaving into sharing your story on social media, I really think it's important to note that you need to engage people over promoting what you're selling. Because let's be honest, people don't buy Juice Plus from you because it's Juice Plus. They buy Juice Plus from you because of who you are and the story that you tell. And so if you're getting on Facebook or you're getting on Instagram and you're like sharing the gal next to you who posted something, you know, share a picture or whatever, and it doesn't speak to you or it doesn't speak to your heart or your audience, then you're just the next girl or guy sharing the product that they're selling. You're not engaging people in any way. And I believe that when people are educated and engaged with, they feel the need to buy. They feel inclined to make a purchase. And so if you can engage with people and educate people through the screen and talk to the screen or share a post on a screen, like if you're talking to your best friend, your entire strategy is going to change because you're talking to one person. So who is that one person? And we're going to get into target markets here in a minute. But when you sit down to write a post, okay, who am I talking to? Who's the one person that I want this to reach? And it may just reach one person, y'all. It may just reach one. But let me tell you, over time, if you continue to post, the labor of love will continue. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Can you tell it fires me up? So this particular study was done on a group of millennials. But let's be honest. If I were to have all of you raise your hands, which I can't see everybody, but raise your hands because I'm curious and I'll go back and look at it. Who wants to be sold to? Raise your hand if you want to be sold to. Nobody wants to be sold to. People want to be educated, empowered on why they should make a decision. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to share an Instagram stories that I did a few weeks ago. And I was talking, you'll hear what I'm talking about, actually. I don't need to explain it to you. But I want you to pay attention to the engagement over promotion factor. And then we'll kind of talk about it at the end.
Hi guys, good morning. I hope that your day is off to a great start. I hope if you watched my live video, it encouraged you this morning. I wanted to hop on really quick. I am going to be sending out to 5 people only some samples that I got in the mail. So I wanted to hop on here really quick. I was just watching a really interesting video this skin is obviously a hot topic for me. I talk about it all the time. It has been, and in seasons and ebbs and flows, been a big insecurity for me. I'm not wearing any makeup this morning. I feel like my skin is looking really good. I'm really happy with it right now. But my skin has always had this glow since I started taking Juice Plus a year and a half ago. Even through the acne and all the things, it has just glowed. And so The research that's been done talks about how wrinkles and age spots, pore size, and glow can all be things that are improved through your diet. When you put crappy things in your body, it's going to come out through your skin. When you're detoxing, it's going to come out through your skin. And so when you put more fruits and vegetables in your diet, you see that in your skin. And usually you see that within, what you're eating today, you'll see show up in a month on your face, because your skin's cells are regenerating. And if you're putting bad things in your body, those things will come out, a month later. So Juice Plus, with all the fruits and vegetables that you're getting in the fruits, the berries, and the veggies, you're getting over 30 vine ripened fruits and veggies that are juice dried and put into a capsule or gummy form, which the gummy form is what I'm going to send to 5 people that message me first. And so it improves the density of your skin, which makes your pores appear smaller. When I get my facials, the first time I got my facial and she evaluated my skin, she was like, your pores, they're so tiny. And big pore size is something that women are constantly trying to improve. And with putting more fruits and vegetables in your diet, that's an area you can improve. It also improves. So fruits and veggies help your body to retain water, which ultimately hydrates your skin, and gives it that beautiful glow where you're like, oh my gosh, her skin is glowing. And so diet plays a huge part in that. Yes, you can put all of the products that you want on your skin on the outside, but if you are not putting good things on the inside, you're going to be sorely disappointed with your skin. And so all of that to say, I am wanting to give out to 5 different people that follow me and are a part of this community a chance to try the gummies, because they are so good, and I believe so strongly that they can improve and benefit you in your life. That's what the research says. That's what my friends, my family, everyone that is taking it talks about. Energy, skin, hair, nails, all of the things. And those are just surface level things, not to mention all of the things it's doing on the inside. And so if you have been curious about trying it, I would love to send you some gummies. So the first 5 people to drop their name below will get a message from me. I'll get your address and I will send you the fruit and the veggie and the berry. So I hope that y'all have an amazing day. Thanks for listening, and we'll touch base later.
Okay, so skin may not be your thing. You may have something else that is an insecurity or a struggle or something that's been dramatically changed in your life. And so I want you to think about that for a second, because you are likely not the only one that's experiencing that in the world. Actually, I can promise you that you're not the only one experiencing it in the world. And you have the power. And getting on social media and sharing your story like I did in this video may seem like quite possibly the scariest thing that makes you want to poop your pants. But let me tell you something. A year ago, Jamie and Courtney and I were on a Zoom, and I was going for SC. It was right after conference, and I was like, I had a month left to hit my sales coordinator position, and they said, Abby, you need to get on social media and you need to share your story. And I looked at them and I was like, I'm sorry, what? Yeah, the exact face that you probably have when I tell you I want you to get on social media and do that is the exact face I had with them. I said, oh no, I can't do that. Oh, no. Oh, I can't do that. I wanted to poop my pants. Like, it's nerve-wracking. You are putting yourself out there and you're being vulnerable. It's not easy to be vulnerable, y'all, but you wouldn't believe the amount of people that messaged me and wanted samples. I way outdid Fox. Way outdid it. So my question to you is, what speaks? What is the thing that you can speak about? And y'all, the information that I spoke about in this video, I watched a video by Mitra Ray. I pulled the points out that were important to me, and I just put them in my own words. I spoke to what the research said, and I just shared. Find something that speaks to you. Go find a video on the amazing Juice Plus YouTube page, pull out the nuggets, gather your thoughts together, and just share. That's all people want. They just want you to share your heart and what you're experiencing. And so this video is important because I shared Juice Plus in this, and I proudly said Juice Plus in this video. But my heart was to help people. and to say, hey, if you're struggling with large pores or you're just wanting that glow and your skin looks really dull, like I'd love to share with you what I did. And you can do that too. Okay, so let's talk about Instagram versus Facebook. So Instagram, you are telling a story with pictures. It's very much a curated space, and it's a very wide network, especially if your profile is public, So it's more, you have a warm market on there because your people that you're in close relationship with likely follow you, but you also, if you're a public profile, have a cold market. Like I have a cold market because I have a blog and I've grown my social media. Even if you don't have as many followers as I do, you likely have people following you that you don't have a very close relationship with. And so that can be used to your advantage. Another thing that I want to make a point about with Instagram is stories, which is the feature that I just showed in this past YouTube video, is a feature that needs to be utilized. Y'all, people are viewing your stories more than they're looking at the pictures that you post on your feed. And we're going to spend 30 minutes on this next week, and I'm going to give you some amazing practical tools on how to walk away with a story. But if you're not using stories, you need to be. And don't feel overwhelmed. Juice Plus Insights has some great stories, and then you can also talk like I did. And I know that seems scary, but I promise you, if you start sharing like that, it's going to change your business. Okay, so Facebook, telling a story with words. People post lengthy posts on Instagram or Facebook, it catches people's attention. It's more of your warm market. You're being real, raw, and vulnerable with the people that are really in your closest circle. We don't really friend people that we don't know. And it's less curated and more real life. So here's an example of the two of them. You're looking at Instagram from a curation, feed here. The pictures flow, they tell a story. You're speaking to somebody, and then I'll talk about these next week, but these highlights features are with your stories. And these are a great feature to utilize as well. And I'm pointing at the screen. I don't even know if you can see my face. The second thing is Facebook, which, as you can see, is very much, it's a lot of words, and it's not, like if you were to go look at my Facebook feed right now, I was likely tagged in things, and it's all showing on my wall. So it's very much, here's life, here's what I've been up to, here are the things that I participated in with other people. And so that's where it gets really cool, because if you've been tagged in like a post about Shred or a post about the community, it's going to show up on your feed and people are going to see it. Like, how cool is that? And so people can go and see what you've been up to, and they're like, wow, what is she a part of? Or what is he a part of? Like, how cool. So target markets. And Jamie has talked about these before. These fire me up, y'all, and they will change your business. They will change your business. So don't make excuses. Sit down and write them out. It's going to make a huge impact. So, like I asked you at the beginning of the night, I want to make sure I'm not running out of time. When you write a post, who are you trying to speak to? Let me give you an example of myself. So I'm a military spouse. That's a target market that I have. I can speak to them on the power of nutrition and flooding their bodies when their spouse is gone on deployments, when their spouse is working crazy long hours and they don't have the time to make all of these healthy, organic, beautiful meals. They can throw Juice Plus in their purse, throw Juice Plus in their car, and take it on the go. And they need to understand the value and importance of taking care of themselves as a wife or a spouse, because a lot of women in the military community as wives neglect themselves. They give to everyone else, and they don't give to themselves. The other market that I have is I struggled with anxiety, depression, and gut issues. And that is something I am passionate about. I don't struggle with it anymore, but you better believe I know those people's problems. And I can share what worked for me and the things that I did to solve those problems. And Juice Plus is one of those things. And then the third thing is millennials. I'm a millennial, obviously. And I want millennials to know that if they look back on their life 20 years from now, are they going to be disappointed in the decisions that they could have made to change where they are in 20 years? Whether that's financially, whether that's health-wise, whatever that looks like. I have a solution for people, and I have a blessing to offer people. And so if you were to pick 3 target markets and you were to plan events around them, you were to post posts about them, and people felt like you were speaking directly to them, can you imagine how that would change things? And here's the thing I want to tell you too. If you have the posture and the confidence of, I have a gift to share with the world, the entire thing is going to change. Because let's be honest, not everyone is going to want to accept the blessing and the gift that you have to offer, but that goes for anything in this world. It's not just you. So it's easy for us to get in our heads and to feel worried or afraid. Don't get me wrong. I've had my fair share of those days where I have let my thoughts get the best of me. I've been worried that I didn't get invited because I sell Juice Plus. Come on, let's be honest. That's ridiculous. There's been plenty of thoughts. We all have those fearful thoughts. But if you stand in the posture of, I have a blessing and a gift to offer people, and I need to share it with you, people are going to start to take you as a professional and not an amateur. So here's the thing. If you're trying to share Juice Plus with everyone, you're going to reach no one. It's like being a jack of all trades and a master of none. So pick 3. And to be honest, y'all, I was struggling. I had 2. When Jamie talked about this months ago, and she was like, you need to have 3 target markets. And I was like, oh, dang it. I don't know what my 3 are. I just got my 3rd when I was making this presentation for Lubbock. And I just was like, oh my gosh, like, duh, that's my 3rd one. So give yourself time. Don't feel like you have to come up with it overnight, but really give it some thought, because I promise you, if you start positioning yourself in this way, it's going to change everything. So here are the questions that I want you to ask yourself. Who are your 3 target markets? What are their problems? And how does Juice Plus solve them? And when you write a post or you do an event, I want you to think about which target market you're trying to reach. And as you plan out the story, the post, or the event, be thinking about, what's the message that I want to get across, which is, how do I solve your problem? Okay, so creating curiosity. So here's my opinion on the creating curiosity factor. I am very proud of the company that I represent. I think Juice Plus does an outstanding job of the way it takes care of its people, its customers, everything. The business model, it just blows me away. And so I think that we need to share what we're a part of, and saying Juice Plus is absolutely a part of that, because otherwise people feel like, they're like, well, why aren't you saying what you do? This is getting kind of weird. I want you to share what you do, but it doesn't need to be Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus, Juice Plus. Like, if somebody goes to my Instagram, they have to do some digging, a little bit of digging to figure out what I do. Not too much, but a little bit. And that's the thing. I want you to be able to go, like if I were to go to your Facebook profile, I shouldn't see nothing about Juice Plus, because then I have no idea what you do or what you sell. I should be able to go to your feed and maybe see something about whole food nutrition and how it's changed your life. And then maybe I'll see something about your kiddos, or about a milestone that you hit. It all should be spliced in, so that when people come to your feed, they're like, oh, what is this she's talking about? Or, oh, what is this he's talking about? So you want to create curiosity, because when you create curiosity, I was just talking with someone today that I reconnected with over Facebook, and she was asking me, I was checking in, I was like, how are you doing? You know, how's married life? How's school? All the things. She's like, it looks like your job is amazing, and what you're doing is amazing. So she didn't know exactly what I did, but she said my job looked amazing from all the things that I've talked about, posted about, all the things. So that's the point. People should be able to message you and ask you about what you're doing, and they may not know exactly what Juice Plus is, but they should know you're part of something pretty freaking awesome. Okay, so Q&A. What inspires you to post? So this kind of goes back to, I want to ask you, what do you look at and you're moved by? Because like the target markets that you have are likely the problems that you're either currently facing or you have faced. And so you need to create things and speak to people from the position of, I want to inspire you. And you just speak to one. So what speaks to you? Is it the research? Is it the beautifully curated photos that have cute squiggles on it with Juice Plus capsules? What speaks to you? What topic about Juice Plus just lights your soul on fire? Gum health doesn't really light my soul on fire, but maybe you're a dentist and it lights lights your soul on fire. Talk about that. Speak to the dentists in the room. Speak to the people that maybe have mouths that are not good. That's a piece of research that you can speak profoundly on. How do I choose what to post? And this boils back to the things that I really talk about. I talk about skin. I talk about anxiety, depression, and gut health. I talk about millennials and not feeling like you have to be strapped to the traditional job. I talk about military spouses and taking care of yourself and knowing that you have a seat at my table. Those are all things that I feel so passionate about. And so those are the things I choose to post about. So write down 5 or 6 things about this product and this business that get you excited. Why did you say yes? Why do you do what you do every day? Write those things down and share those with people. And you don't have to say, well, I sell Juice Plus because I'm a part of a community where I get to be my best self. I get to dream big. I'm spurred on health-wise. Yeah, that's really good English. I spur people on in their health. I get to remind people that if they feel strapped in what they're doing, there is an out and there are options. You know, do you see the difference? Like, you can talk about something and talk about our community and our product without having to have Juice Plus written all over it. So pick the things that make you excited, 5 to 6. And I promise you, the more that you get into this business, the more things will excite you as you become more educated. I didn't start this journey off excited about skin. I didn't start this journey off excited about anxiety and depression. It was something that I was going through, and I was like, this freaking sucks. And now it's become a part of my story. So what you're excited about now may not be what you're excited about in 6 months, but that's the beauty of growing, y'all. That's the beauty of growing. Okay, so what posts have been the most successful for your live videos or for you? Live videos or vulnerable posts? I think they go hand in hand. I don't think, people need to see your face. They want to see your face. That goes back to the post that I did. I'll give you an example. I posted on Instagram. That post was done about 3 weeks ago. And I think a week and a half later, I did another post and I used some images. Just images. I didn't get on and talk because I'm doing now a weekly sample giveaway, which I would really strongly encourage you to do that because it gives you 5 new people to talk to every single week. So I did the post with just photos, and y'all, I didn't get a lot of traction. I didn't get a lot of people interested. I maybe had, a handful. And then last week, I got on and talked about elderberry and flu season and being sick. And I got a lot of people. I even got some that are flowing into next week, or this week, to share with. And so I will get on again. I'll tell you, I did an experiment. I shared photos versus getting on and people seeing my face. Your face speaks to people. People want to see you. They want to feel like you're talking to them. So pick a topic and get on. Be vulnerable, but also don't feel like you have to be vulnerable all the time. Get on and be funny. Like, share a funny story about maybe your kid being sick or something and turn it into a teachable moment, a learning moment where you now have Juice Plus and it's been this amazing thing. And, so it doesn't always have to be serious. Live posts and vulnerable posts go hand in hand. I think they're both really important. A vulnerable post that Dave did on our Shred page, which was so powerful. And so I think that they're both necessary to grow because people want to feel connected to you. Okay, so I have no idea how to make an effective, dynamic, effective story on Facebook or Insta. So what's the goal of your story and what information do you want people to walk away with? Just like with an event. And people respond when they see your face. Okay, so which outlets do you think Shred/the JP Market respond to the most? Honestly, y'all, it really depends on the age group. I think you're gonna reach a group of people on Instagram and you're gonna reach a group of people on Facebook. And I think Facebook will be around for a while. Obviously, I am no social media expert here, but it's always good to have multiple platforms. And that's because one day a platform could go kerpump and there goes your social media strategy. So I think having multiple outlets, Instagram, Facebook, I don't really use Twitter, YouTube or a blog, whatever that looks like, there's multiple avenues, and I would use multiple. And really, I think the importance of shred is educating people that it's not a fad diet. That's what's spoken to my age group, the millennials, is that this is something that's sustainable and easy to duplicate. And I would say that's probably the same for people of any age that want to do shred. Do I feel tension or conflict using a personal page for business stuff? No, because I share it with other things that make me excited and passionate. And so if your page becomes all sell, again, people don't buy Juice Plus from you because it's Juice Plus. They buy Juice Plus from you because of who you are and what you do and the joy that you bring to the room. And so don't be worried about what people are, if people are like, oh, this is so annoying. Like, no, people want to be sold to. And 70% of them are coming to social media for you to make a buying decision, or to help you help them make a buying decision. Excuse me. Okay, and then do I recommend automation? If so, what kind and when? To be honest with you, the only time that I use automation is in the shred group. This is just me personally. I do it just so that it's not something that I have to remember when we do the 10 days consistently, but I always post. I'm not saying that you can't pre-record something and save it, but there is no feature to have something post it for you. I don't think there is. I don't think they've come out with a feature like that yet. I could be wrong. Again, not an expert here. I don't use any of those features. I know there's like reminders, and I've used those before. Like I have an Instagram app. I'll share it with you called Planoly. And basically what it does is, oh wait, I don't even know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Okay. Planoly, Planoly. And basically it's for Instagram. You can go in there and you can schedule your posts, and you can set it up when you want it to remind you, and it will, send you hey, don't forget to post on your Instagram page. And so if you are somebody that has a full-time job or has trouble posting, utilize features like this. But ultimately for stories and things like that, Jen Baker, she has a few list of apps that you can use. Ultimately, my encouragement to you would be sit down and, I think doing some things in automation is okay, but I also think it's important to be present when you can. And if you have a full-time job, then make a present post on the weekend. But I think it's important not to just have everything automated, because people want to be engaged with. And if you're automating something, you're kind of taking out that engagement factor, because you're not really there to engage with people, if that makes sense. Okay, that was the only question. So in closing, I know I'm a couple minutes over. Thanks for being patient, guys. I want you to know, and I want you to walk away with, that you have a story to tell and that the world needs to hear it. There's only one of you. There's only one person with your DNA. You're special, and you add value to this community, to this world, and you have a message to share. And if you put the posture on of confidence and instilling the blessing that you have to share with others, you're going to change your business. And so if you post tomorrow on Instagram or Facebook because this post or this teaching tonight inspired you, and you don't get traction, don't be surprised. It's day one. It's a labor of love. I have been posting on Facebook since October of last year, Facebook and Instagram since October of last year. And my business started exploding because of it. But it didn't happen overnight. It was scary, and I didn't do it nearly as often. So in closing, I want you guys, this is the call to action. I want you to identify 3 to 5 target markets that you're going to speak to, that you're going to write posts on, that you're going to write events on. I mean, it should make your planning the rest of your calendar month easy, and November, because you pick your target markets and you do events based on them. And then I want you to pick 3 days a week to post. What 3 days are you going to commit to sharing your story unapologetically on your social media platform? What days? If you don't start now, you're not going to start. It's freaking scary, y'all. I mean, I wanted to poop my pants when Jamie and Courtney told me to share. It's scary. I'm being totally transparent with you. So I want you to work with your upline to compose and get feedback on your posts and your target markets and ask for help. If you're nervous about what you're going to post, send it to them and say, hey, how does this sound? Does this sound like me? Does it sound like I'm speaking to the problem that I'm trying to address? I promise y'all, if you look back on your business a year from now and you think about implementing all of these strategies, really these simple strategies that you can do daily that may feel hard, but with time they'll get easier, I promise your business will be completely different. Thanks.
Abby, I took notes. I'm writing.
All right. That was a lot. She did a great job, didn't she? You want to unmute everybody, Kathy?
Everybody can unmute themselves.
Yeah, if you want to unmute yourselves. I mean, she's become very masterful.
She was
And-
a trained instructor.
Yeah. For someone who a year ago was told you have to start posting, and what we heard her say, she pooped her pants 3 times in that program.
We all
You
were
know.
counting.
Yeah, so Jamie and I have a secret Voxer group that's called the Dumpsters. And so once or twice a week, we post something ridiculous about taking a dump. I'm not making this up. So Jamie Cantrell is very tuned into the word about elimination. So so here's Abby, just started doing this a year ago. And and that's why she's on that awards bulletin every 10 customers, 12 customers. And I think eventually what will happen is that these customers now will start to become team members. So the question is, who are your 3 target audiences? What are the 3 markets that you are really connected to? For Abby, skin. I've been coaching Abby about her skin health for months and months and months. We go back and forth all the time. So skin health to her, that's a real Achilles for her. When she gets up in the morning and her face is completely, it's an Achilles for her. So what is that? She said, periodontal health is not anything that gets her fired up. So she's not going to be posting about that. But what are the 3 areas, that really, what is your Achilles? Like Nancy, you're a grandmother. Kids still eating crap when for 25 years the information has been out there. Is that an Achilles for you? Malnourished athletes, fueling for just performance and not recovery because you're an athlete. So what is it that triggers you? What is it? So I want you to think about what is it that triggers you? And if what Abby is talking about is true, then that's the direction you need to move in. Does that make sense? So be thinking about, and what did she say? If your message is to everybody, you'll sell nobody. And she didn't say it exactly like that, but that's what I heard. So if you're out there every day doing this to the masses, what she's saying, what she's learned is that something might drip in, but if you get real specific about your audiences, then your time will be so much more effective. So Amy, think about what are the 3 areas that really get to you. Bonnie, you're an athlete and you love to travel. What are the things that really get under your skin and they're where you've seen change? So hey guys, I'm in the same, after I saw Abby's program, I said to her, Abby, I don't have my 3. And so we've been going back and forth, and you know, I don't want to certainly have her coach me. That's not what this is all about. But I'm in prayer and meditation every day, asking, you know, what are my three? Because I'm pandering to everybody when I'm on social media. So okay, so here's the deal. Next Monday night when we come back, we will have, you know, Team Up Home Base, a little bit of a conference overview. And I'm asking the new class of 2019 sales coordinators to present on Allison next Monday night's call. Allison goes, what? Yeah. And then after that, Abby, on the Team Chris call, Abby's going to continue this, and we'll all be invited to listen in for her part 2 training, okay? So I hope that you felt this was valuable. I certainly
So valuable.
I needed to see it again. And when I started this business, you know, the woman who sponsored me, that she didn't drive to my house and drown me in the tub, because I'm going to tell you 5, 6, 10 times a day, I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. Literally this is before Voxer. Call me. I don't get it. So I need to see things over and over again. So this was, I felt so valuable. So, you know, hey guys, we're all learning together here, right? So think about your 3. And I could see Nancy's in deep contemplation right there.
I was thinking about so many people in this area that, I mean, I know it's everywhere, but diabetes. I have a good friend, and you met her, Terry. She's been in ICU for 2 weeks with her diabetes. And so I'm thinking, you know, that's a message. I don't have diabetes, but, you know, there's definitely something there that we can connect to.
Is it something that has to be something that speaks to you?
Mm-hmm.
An issue that you have had that it's helped you to resolve? I mean, did you have any family members?
Well, I've got family members with autoimmune, you know, with my daughter and my son. So that's an issue I could speak to.
Autoimmune could be a big one.
What was that?
Autoimmune could be a big one.
And I think we have to get very specific, because autoimmune is big.
And people don't listen. You can talk about Crohn's. They're not going to listen if they have Hashimoto's. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
I actually did, though. I had someone message me today about my immune deficiency disorder on the post I did. And she said she was struggling with it now, and what could she do so that next month her doctor visit was better. And I told myself today I need to start going live with the updates about it.
I think, see, now there you go. Your autoimmune deficiency disorder.
And
is that
so
on Transform, Allison?
No, I did it in, you know, Eric Worre tells you should join a few groups that mean something to you. So several months ago, I joined an immune deficiency disorder group in Georgia. And so I posted it there, and I posted it on my personal page. And like Abby said, you may only reach one person at that moment, but I've actually had probably 5 conversations about it just with that one post. And so going live just about, you know, healing from that is what I need to start doing more. But like she said, it needs to be targeted. Otherwise, it's so broad, people just kind of, you know, they don't take it personal, so.
Okay. You know, and for Allison, you're the teacher. You know, Nancy, retired teachers struggling with income. Let's, you know, if you guys want to all visit individually about what could be your 3 targets.
Yeah. And
then, you know, here's the deal. You know, she didn't, not that Abby would know that, you know, Facebook does not have the power that it used to have. It's going live on Instagram and telling your story on Instagram.
I didn't even know you could go live on Instagram.
Yeah. Well, what one of the girls, my Brave Leaders, told me is that you can create a video and then put it into an app called Cut Story. So it cuts the video into the chunks that you need. And then when you post on Instagram, then it's shared to your Facebook story. And that's actually easier than going live because you're doing a video and you can redo it.
I was using Unfold. Are you familiar with that, Allison?
No. Mm-mm.
Unfold. That's just something I learned in my Brave Leaders group. And that's another way to post a story.
So when Abby's going live, she's going live on Facebook. It's not on Instagram. So then,
That's correct, Terry.
okay.
She's on Facebook when she goes live?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Not go, but next week she said she's going to talk about the stories, your story, using that aspect of it rather than just a post in both Instagram and Facebook. And that's one of the things she's going to talk about next time.
Okay.
I've seen her do stories on Instagram before, videos.
But
So the video that she showed us with the skin health,
that was on Facebook.
that was on Facebook. Do you know, I mean, when we were watching it last week, Jamie drew a circle. That got 478 views.
Wow.
I wanted to know how going live she was able to put those different things in front of her. She had the thing about the skin health and that kind of thing. I didn't know if
That's when you do the recording on the video and then you post it like in Cut Story. And then as you post, if I do a minute-long video, Cut Story will cut it into 15-second chunks for Instagram, 20-second chunks for Facebook, because the story length is different for each one. But if you do the 15 seconds for Instagram, you can share it to Facebook still. But as you post the video chunk, you can add the words to it.
But that wasn't just, she wasn't putting it in her story as chunks on Facebook. She went live on Facebook, I thought. And it wasn't a series on her stories. It was just a video. So we'll ask her and find out.
So with, I'm just kind of eavesdropping on you guys. But with the stories, this is back. You can save that whole story that she just edited. Like, so when you're doing a story, you're posting the video, you edit it. You're actually editing, and you can add little blips of fun stuff and writing, whatever. And then you can save it. And then you can post it on Facebook.
Right.
I don't know if she was doing it live on Facebook or if she did it on her story and then she posted it on her Facebook. Or because it goes to actually Facebook and Instagram are connected. So if you're doing it on Instagram, it's automatically going your story on Facebook.
Right.
We'll have to find out more.
Is that Becky? Hey, Becky, thank you for contributing.
Hey, babe. Yeah, it's me.
Okay, I can't wait to see you in a couple days.
No, I miss y'all.
All right. Okay, guys, thanks for, small group of 10 here tonight, but I really felt that was so valuable. And now it's archived on the Team Up YouTube station. So we can always go back to it and find it and replay it. And it's archived. It's ours. That's why this was important tonight.
It was very good.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Sweet dreams, everybody.
Bye.
East Coast people, go to bed.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Love you.
Good night. Thank you.